The train stopped in the middle of a forest. No station, no platform, no reason given. 22,000 men stepped off that train. None of them ever came back. And for 50 years, an entire government looked the world in the eye and lied about every single one of them. This is not a war story. This is not a battlefield story. This is the story of what happens when a government decides that educated men are too dangerous to be allowed to live. Poland, 1939. In a single month, two of the most powerful military forces on Earth invaded the same country from opposite sides. Germany came from the west. The Soviet Union came from the east. Poland was cut in half like paper. But the Soviets did not just want the land. They wanted something else. Something specific. They wanted the men who could rebuild Poland after they were gone. The officers, the lawyers, the doctors, the professors, the engineers, the priests, the intellectuals. Every man who had the education and the authority to lead a nation back to its feet. The Soviets wanted every single one of them removed. Not imprisoned, removed. In the weeks after the Soviet invasion, Polish military officers were ordered to report for processing. They were told they would be held temporarily. They were told their families would be informed. They were told they would be released. They believed it. 22,000 men surrendered peacefully because they believed in rules. They believed in the laws of war. They believed that the uniform they wore meant something. They were loaded into trains and moved east, deep into Soviet territory. 3 camps received them: Kozulsk, Starobelsk, Ostashkov. The camps were cold, underfed, overcrowded, and run by the NKVD, the Soviet secret police. But the men kept their dignity. They organized lectures. They played chess. They wrote letters home. The letters arrived. For a while. Then in April 1940, the letters stopped. All of them. From all 3 camps. At the same time, the families wrote back. No response. They wrote to Soviet authorities. No response. They wrote to the Red Cross. No response. 22,000 men, fathers, husbands, sons, vanished behind Soviet borders, and the silence that came back was total. What actually happened in April 1940 did not come from a battlefield. It came from a memo. A memo signed by Lavrentiy Beria, head of the NKVD, and approved by Joseph Stalin himself. The memo recommended the execution of all Polish officers held in the 3 camps. The reason given was that they were hardened, uncompromising enemies of Soviet authority. The reason not given was that Stalin understood exactly what educated men do. They remember, they organize, they resist, and they teach the next generation to do the same. The executions began in April 1940. The men were taken from the camps in small groups, loaded into vehicles,